Okay, I'm Dominic Nunziato, going to do some originals. This first one is called The Riverside. The bank closed down the factory, which led to times of misery. Left behind a giant void, left our fathers unemployed. On the banks of the riverside, at night that's where my daddy cried, wondering how he was gonna provide. Down by the riverside, the mortgage payment was overdue. The bank man said, what else is new? The deadline date we could not meet, so we were thrown out in the street. On the banks of the riverside, at night that's where my daddy cried. His dreams all washed away with the tide. Down by the riverside. Now daddy, through no fault of his own, he lost his job and he lost his home. This proud man found himself in need, with a wife and children, a shelter and feed. All the other dads were in the same shoes, but that didn't help Dad's ego bruise. As hard as he tried to hide the pain, his eyes could not disguise the strain. On the banks of the riverside, at night that's where my daddy cried, stripped of self-respect and pride. Down by the riverside. Now life ain't fair, there's no guarantees, there's no such thing as security. Dad busted his ass so we'd get by. He lived the American dream and watched it die. On the banks of the riverside, at night that's where my daddy cried. He built his life and then watched it slide. Down by the riverside. It's quiet since the factory closed, except for when the cool wind blows. You hear the tormented souls of the fathers scream. It's like dust in the breeze, so went their dreams. On the banks of the riverside, at night that's where my daddy cried. I go there now to get away and hide. Down by the riverside. Thank you, that's the Riverside.